Hi guys, so I wanted to introduce you to our ram, Dwayne. He is a big stinky boy right now. He is Icelandic and just gorgeous. He's a ladies' man. He is so sweet. And we brought him home from my parents-in-law's because he is going to be breeding the horned sheep that we have. We have another, well, chickens are eating his treats. We have another ram named Chester, and so we brought the polled or hornless sheep down to the folks' house to breed him. So, and that's Otis with his jacket because he's a big baby and he can't stand to be cold. So, that's Dwayne. Hopefully he's going to make lots and lots of beautiful little babies this year. So, and as you can see, he's super friendly, but very stinky. Hi everybody, it's Wendy from Fingersticks Gallery again. So in keeping with the theme I've been doing on the natural colors, I just did this one. It's nice and dry now. I'm gonna do a ring pour with these similar colors aside from no teal and no color shift. Other than that, I'm gonna use almost the same colors. It turned out really great, although my darling husband came in and the table was clear. I had this sitting on this side. He came in, put my sunglasses down on the painting, made three little dots, didn't realize it was still wet, and I said, "What made you put my glasses down on the painting?" And he just says, "Well, you didn't tell me it was wet." So he very carefully picked them up. Bless his heart. Yeah, I think he felt kind of bad, but I guess that's what I get for taking over the whole table. So we're gonna do some metallics. I'm gonna tell you what they are, and then I'm gonna spread the paint because my camera doesn't zoom any more than what you're seeing. So this is just burnt umber that I've had mixed up. This is the Dazzling Metallics Champagne. This is a mix of worn penny Dazzling Metallics and the Antique Copper from Folk Art. So it's just a mix of the two. And then this is just, it's a mix of brown and cream. It's a flat tan color. And then this one is a mixture of, I think it's antique gold and rose gold. All of these are mixed with Floetrol. There's nothing else added. So just Floetrol. This, I'm going to try something a little bit different. This is the Folk Art Enamel Burnt Sienna. So it's funny because it looks more brown in the bottle, but when you pour it out, it looks more orangey. So I don't know if this is going to have the same effect if I spread it out and then have it bubble up and create cells, or what Julie cuts, she calls them pearls, which I think is very appropriate. So, and then the cream that I use, I just mix it up myself. It's a cream with a little bit of brown and a little tiny bit of yellow just to make a cream color. And so we're going to do probably the burnt sienna. I don't know how, let's see, light, dark, light, dark. Okay, I'm just going to kind of guess. All right, so this one I am going to pour down first, because I always like to have a base down on my painting first, so you don't lose those really pretty cells, or those really pretty rings. They'll tend to roll over on themselves if you don't have a base down. And I really don't know how this is going to work with it being that type of enamel. It's not the satin enamel that people are using. It's just the regular, you can get it at Walmart type of enamel. And I need to give a shout out. Oh my gosh, I think your name was Patricia on my last video. I keep calling this stupid thing propane for some reason. I think it's because I've been doing a lot of smoking meat. I love smoking meat. My smoker and I are very good friends. So I keep calling it propane. So she said she thinks it's butane. Thank you so much for correcting me, because I don't know why I just kept calling it propane. So thank you, my dear. Appreciate that. Because clearly enough, can't really read the label anymore. The label, well, I may have used it a couple times. So, all right. So normally I do this off camera because it does take a little bit, and it, you know, it's not the prettiest, most glamorous part of painting. But I want to make sure you guys see kind of what I do. So I'm just going to kind of spread it out. And I normally, to get it more even, I use a really big stick, like almost like a tongue depressor. But I forgot it. So get it smoothed out the best that I can. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to move the board around, or the canvas around anyway. Okay. Make sure you guys can kind of see this. So I'm just going to pour, I mixed the burnt sienna, or the burnt umber, excuse me. I mixed the burnt umber up in this cup. So that's why it's brown. So I'm just going to reuse the cup. But before I do that, I remember the last time I did this with this cup, and I filled it really full because this is the biggest cup I have. And it didn't really go as planned. So I'm going to take a little tiny bit of tape here. So when I make the funnel, when I do that, hopefully, I don't even know if that's going to work. Well, maybe we'll leave it just like that. So I was just having a problem with it pouring. Pouring well, I guess. So maybe that'll help a little bit. We'll see. All right, so we're going to layer. Do that. And I want to make them, the fall fantasy painting I did, I made those really, really thin layers. This time I'm going to add just a little bit more paint to each layer. And then every so often, I'm going to add a little bit of cream. I don't want the cream to be overpowering, so that's why I'm just doing it every once in a while. So I go through phases on occasion that I do all bright colors, or I do all dirty pours, or I do all Dutch pours, or I do something, and I go through phases. So this natural color has been my phase as of lately. Maybe do cream. Oop, whoops. Big ol' ugly paint bugger. Oops, I sprayed that in there a little bit heavy. I'm gonna take that tape out of there. Oops. It's hard sometimes when you have the squirt bottles to not just inject your paint. So on a lot of my colors, I actually don't use the squirt bottles because it's kind of hard to get the paint in without completely injecting to the bottom. So okay, so I'm just going to use up, there's only just a little bit left in this guy. And not much left in him. So the last few layers that you put on are probably going to either roll over on themselves or come off the canvas anyway. So I like to take a little bit more care on the colors that are going in first. So, all right. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I was afraid of. It's not really... Woo, boy, that is not working at all. But again, it's okay at the very beginning because the inside ring that you're pouring right now, you're probably not going to see it, but there we go. Ooh, I just saw a massive paint booger. I don't know if you could see that, but he just came out and he was ugly. So I want to slow down and try not to make a tail, because you will see that right smack in the middle. It makes a big difference on how you finish this. So that looks like a tree. That's why they call it a tree ring pour, because that actually does look exactly like a tree. That's kind of cool. Okay, so I'm not going to pop the bubbles yet because I don't want too many cells to come up. I see the eyes. It's due to the bubbles in there, but the eyes are really, really cool. It's like mini tree rings that when the bubbles come up. So I don't know how that enamel paint is going to look. I don't know if it's going to come up through. I don't know if it's not going to show up at all. I really have no idea what's going to happen. Let's see. Oh, am I ready to go over the corner? Cover the corner with the paint I'm using. Sure. Okay, I like to go fast over the corner because I don't want to lose too awful much. So if you guys have seen my other videos, I talked a little bit about the extreme, what was it? The Extreme Sheen Metallics folk art, I believe. Giving it like a sheen over all the other colors. And it really, really does. If you guys don't like metallics, that Extreme Sheen is a really hard, it's been kind of a hard product to negotiate. And there's that paint booger right there. Try to fish him out before we go too far. Ah, nope. Okay, we're gonna wait. I don't want to wreck it. But it does put a metallic sheen kind of on everything. So it doesn't normally stay where you want it to stay. It'll put a sheen all over all of your colors. So, ooh, right there, a couple inches from my thumb straight ahead, there's an eye with a ring all the way around it. It kind of looks like maybe, I don't know what it looks like, almost like a fisheye. Maybe a planet. It's kind of cool. Okay, so I'm actually gonna maybe center him a little bit more. Okay, so that, look at the brown. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm gonna wipe my hands off really quick. if you're afraid of getting dirty, do not do this. Or if you are, wear gloves, but I never wear gloves. So I am going to go back and then pick some of the little boogers that are out in there. Just pick them out with a, I have a toothpick. But this enamel, the burnt sienna enamel, it actually is showing up around the edges. It's kind of poking its head through a little bit. It's kind of giving it a little bit more texture, a little bit more personality. So maybe if I torch it, we'll see more. We'll find out. I always do a light torch on these because I really don't want to bring up too many bubbles. I just want to pop the major ones that are going to dry and you're going to see them and feel them. So that looks really cool. All right, folks, hang on. I'm going to bring you down. All right. So right here on the corner, that paint is actually showing through a little bit. Which is really kind of cool. I actually didn't realize that these type of enamels would resist the other colors or come up like the satin enamel does, but it sure does. So if you guys want that little bit of look, the satin enamel from Folk Art, or excuse me, the it's this guy here, the enamels from Folk Art. I just got it at Walmart. Kind of has the same effect a little bit. So maybe I'll try it in a cloud pour later, but those rings are beautiful. I left a ton of bubbles in the mix when I did this, so that's why we're having all of those. And this guy, right smack in the middle, he looks kind of like the storm on, what is it? Jupiter. No, I need to go back to high school. I don't remember. Astronomy? That's it. I loved astronomy, but it's been a while. Anyway, that right in the middle looks beautiful, and I'm almost thinking I could do a rose-colored pour, and it would almost look like a rose. So, but over here, like I was saying, the Extreme Sheen puts that, you know, puts the glitter on everything. It kind of did it over here, which is really pretty. So, it looks great. So I'm really happy. Hopefully it will stay like this. So, all right, folks, until next time, feel free to comment below. Let me know what you want to see next, and subscribe if you like, and hit the bell so you can be notified of my next videos. All right, you guys, have a fantastic day, and you will see me very soon.